Hello everybody! Ghostblade 1062 here with another locomotive review. Today we will be reviewing a Roco Class 193 Vectron locomotive and a TX Logistik Flame Scheme. Alright everybody, taking a look at the box, we have this outer sleeve with the TX Logistik motto, Wir brennen für was wir tun, as well as the Roco logo. On the bottom of the sleeve, we have the road number and scheme for the locomotive. And on the back, we have a QR code for Roco. And now, sliding off this outer sleeve, we see the typical Roco blue and gray box. Again, we have the QR code on the bottom here. And taking a look at the left-hand side of the box, here we have the product ID, this one being 71978. We have the TX Logistik logo. It is an HO scale locomotive. It is equipped with a DCC decoder, sound, and it is an Era 6 locomotive, meaning 2007 to present. Here we also have the road number, this one being 193878-6, and we have a drawing of the locomotive, and here we have the product barcode. Now, opening up the box, sitting on top, we have an operator's manual for the locomotive. Which comes in 3 languages. We also have an exploded diagram included, as well as decoder installation instruction. This locomotive being compatible with both 16 and 22 pin decoders. We also have a guide to the CV function. And now taking off this foam, we get our first look at the locomotive here, sitting in the styrofoam cradle. On the side here, we also have a baggie of spare parts, as well as extra visual components such as windshield wipers. We have replacement plows, brake line hoses, and other such detail parts. And taking out the locomotive using the soft plastic it's wrapped in, we can lift it right out. Now, okay, this one is glued in from the feel of it. Ah, there we go. Here we are. Underneath the styrofoam, we have some more paperwork. Starting with this function sheet. Which has all 24 functions of this locomotive, as well as some CVs. And here, underneath, we have a list of spare parts. As well as an exploded diagram. And now onto the locomotive itself. Picking it up, it does have some very nice weight to it. And taking a look at the side here, we have the MRCE logo right on the door, as well as separately fitted grab irons on either side of the door, a molded in separately painted door handle, which stands out nicely and there's no paint smudging around. We have the TX Logistik slogan and logo on the side here, along with various information about the locomotive, including warning labels, weight capacities, and the road number. The trucks have some nice detailing to them with suspension and brake detailing. And around the doors, they also have steps attached to them. Taking a look at the front of the locomotive, which we can tell by the one here, by the door, marking it as cab 1. We have tinted windows, though you can see inside we do actually have an engineer inside the cab, as well as some cab detailing. They are not currently attached, but we do have separately fitted windshield wipers. We have solid buffers, and the plow underneath the coupler here, which sit in NEM sockets. Taking a look at the other side here, we have a lot of electrical detailing along the bottom here for the various converter box and capacitor boxes. We also have an air compressor visible here. And now taking a look at the rear, we have the TX Logistik logo in white here, as well as the MRCE logo. And now, taking a look at the top, we have the two pantographs, one on either side of the locomotive, as well as our power lines and capacitor, which are nicely detailed, as well as separately applied, with no smudging on the paint. We also have our etched grids along the top here, and our two horns. Now, flipping over the locomotive, here we can see the NEM sockets that the couplers are in, as well as we can see the flywheels on either side on each truck. Aside from that, there's not too much underside detailing. And now, checking the wheels. All 4 wheel axles are engaged as per the NMRA standards gauge. And we do have traction tires on both wheels of this axle here. And now, to take the locomotive over to the track for a test run and function test. Alright, now that we have the locomotive on the track, we can begin checking its functions, starting with function 0 being the directional lighting. And we have the front and rear lights. Which change with the direction of travel. Function 1 is the starting sound of the locomotive, prime mover sounds. Function 2 is the high-pitched horn. Function 3, the low-pitched horn. Function 4 is compressor sounds. Function 5 is coupler sounds. Function 6 is the shunting gear and light. Function 7 is the high beam, directional high beams. Function 8 is lighting and driver cab 2. Turning off the lights on the rear end of the locomotive. Function 9 does the same for the front cab of the locomotive. Function 10 is interior cab lighting, while the locomotive is stationary, and this is directional. Function 11 is curve squeal. Function 12 is a short blast of the high-pitched horn. Function 13 is a short blast of the low-pitched horn. Function 14 is mute for the sound. Function 15 is a conductor's whistle. Function 16 is passing train sounds. Function 17 is door sounds. Function 18 is a fault sound. Function 19 is train impact sound. Function 20 is an automatic stop. And emergency brake. Function 21 is a safety driving switch. Function 22 is brake squeal. Function 23 is volume decrease. And lastly, function 24 is volume increase. Alright everybody, this concludes a review of the Roco Class 193 Vectron locomotive in the TX Logistik Flame scheme. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like or a comment, and subscribe for more model railroad content. Have a great day everybody!